Good evening, Toastmasters, future Toastmaster, and our guest. I, Toastmaster Ali Asharanjam, welcome you all in uh, in another exciting meeting of Karachi Toastmaster Club. This is our meeting number 888, and this is a very good number. So, for this meeting, we have a theme, and it is cinema. So, without further delay, I would like to call the president of Karachi Toastmaster Club, Toastmaster Rusa Kawal. Over to you, the president.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ariasha. Dear Toastmasters and guests, welcome to another exciting meeting of Karachi Toastmasters Club. I hope you had a wonderful past week, maybe masquerading. So, we begin this meeting with an ode to cinema, just an extension of what we did last week. Cinema is something we have watched throughout our childhood. Might I add, for some of us, it has been an inspiration, and for some of us, it has been a medium of subliminal messaging. For some, maybe sheer abhorrence. We never liked cinema. We never liked the movies. We never liked the stories. But nevertheless, it has been a medium where we all had an opinion. We had an opinion about the stories. We had an opinion about the way things were portrayed. Whether it was local or foreign cinema, it had prevalence and it was watched and it was talked about. Sometimes I wonder why stories affect us the way that they do. Why are we so fond of hearing happy endings? We spend weekly, monthly, and now thanks to Netflix, daily on watching good stories. Do one thing, try watching dark stories, serials, or just stories with really, really dark, depressing storylines. I remember when I started watching something like that, I was depressed for days on end, and my day would suddenly become gloomy.
Uh, uh,
Perfect, perfect, well constructed characters, beautiful locations, blood and mayhem. That would really, the construction would really turn me off. After thinking a lot and finding no specific answer to why I was being affected the way I was, I just decided I was oversensitive, over electrical, maybe parsing the storyline a bit too much. But no, apparently stories capture our imagination like nothing else. And that is what we as Toastmasters sometimes do, right? We share our stories, our own world, 35 world, where we inspire others. So, for our guests who are new to our 35 Toastmasters is an organization that was established more than 70 years ago by a man named Ralph Smedley. Now, he saw that there were people who could not express explicitly or very nicely. So, he set up a small place and he had people practice communication and leadership. And this went on for a long time. And today, that organization has more than 3 lakh members and more than 16,000 clubs. Welcome to this club and to Toastmasters on a larger scale. With that, I'd like to take an formal introduction from our guests. Atif Azim, if you would like to talk to us. Tell us how you found us and what are you expecting?
okay, thank you very much for handing me over the mic, Urusa. It's a pleasure to be amongst an elite group where people are focused towards improving themselves. And this is one of the reasons I'm here as well. I feel that there is a significant need in every professional to improve his communication skills. And when given the stage, um, there are a lot of times that you will not be in a position to prepare, and you must you must. I think this forum can help me in learning the tactics and techniques which I can use whenever there are similar situations, and someone who is able to make a mark, something that we all require to make a mark in any gathering, is how you uh, talk, your confidence, and the way you speak. It all matters a lot in today's world, professional world especially, and of course in personal meetings as well. So yeah, that's my purpose of being here. And other than that, professionally, I'm a cybersecurity professional, currently working at Bank Labib as a vice president.
Welcome to our meeting, to our club, and I hope you get what you're looking for. Then we have Bilal Kiani. Would you unmute your mic and talk to us?
Assalamualaikum everyone. I am Bilal Khiani, as you see on the screen. Um, I have a small question. Is language a problem here? Like, I can talk in Urdu, right?
We usually speak
Okay,
in English.
cool. I'm one of those people who actually promote Urdu. So, anyway, moving on. So,
We do have an Urdu
uh,
club if you would like to join that.
that's okay. I'm okay with anything. I just promote Urdu. That's okay. Moving on. Uh, I am Bilal Khiani. I am a professional marketer. So I'm in the advertising field and I'm a trainer. So I'm a public speaker by profession also and by passion.
Mhm.
Uh, I've been training for over 7 years now. How I reached here to the Toastmasters Club was I was just looking out for opportunities where I can teach and train more. Right now, I'm teaching at FPS as a part time trainer, along with working in the marketing field. That is my full time job. uh, I was just looking for opportunities. That's where I came into some Toastmasters videos, which I had to share with my students also. Uh,
Mhm.
while looking at the Toastmasters videos, I just came across this website, and then when I went there and surfed through the locations for the club, I realized that the Toastmasters Club exists in Karachi also, which just made me curious. And I ended up just giving a call and ended up speaking with Mr. Samir, who invited me to the meeting. So, yeah, that's sort of a journey that I covered to reach here. And it's nice to see something really positive happening in the society. I had no idea what was going on, but yeah, it's really great to see you guys here.
Well, welcome to the club, and I hope you can join us and we can learn something from you as well, since you have such a long experience.
Yeah,
So,
I
our
hope to
next
also,
guest,
before moving on, I might have to leave because I have
sure,
another meeting, but it was really nice to see you guys, and I will hopefully join in the next meeting also.
yeah, sure. Please do join us in the next meeting as well. So, there is a guest, Paraja. Would you would you unmute yourself and talk to us?
Hi, good evening, everyone. I thought I was just a listener here today, so I didn't know that I
We
have
take
to.
we take introductions from everyone, so you'd be still listening.
Okay, so I'm a professional marketer also, and I'm in this industry from last 2 decades. I just wanted to know
Wow.
how you guys work here, and thank you, Kader, to invite me. So I hope I'll enjoy this session.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank
Paraja,
you.
for joining us. And we do hope we you stay with us, and definitely you will enjoy. So, heading over to our business section. DTM Tara, do we have anything in the business section that we will need to recall?
Thank you, Madam President. Uh, just a recap of the minutes of the last meeting, courtesy you, in fact. So we had 22 plus attendees in the last meeting. We had 6 projects. We have 7 table topics. Um, the meeting lasted the usual length, which I won't specify here, and the best prepared speech award was won by myself, the second place by Toastmaster Latif, and the third place by Toastmaster Ali. These are the Critics' Choice Award, which means that these are the awards that are given according to the criteria of International Speech Contest. As per the voting awards, again, best speaker was won by myself. Best Table Topic Speaker by guest Mariam Aftab, Best Evaluator by Toastmaster Shimam Khan, Best Big Four by Toastmaster Rusa Kaval, and Best Facilitator by Toastmaster Shimam Khan. The best part was that we had a themed meeting, and it was a brainchild of our president, Toastmaster Rusa. It was a spectacular success. It went far better than we all had the right to expect, and the participation was amazing as well. So, uh, as far as the executive committee is concerned, there have been no significant decisions taken during the past week. Over to you, Madam President.
Thank you so much, DTM Tara, for the business section and recall. So, now moving on and starting this session. Today, I'd like to invite a very, let's say we are listening to him after a long time doing the Toastmaster of the evening, because he has evaded us so effectively and he has managed to remain under the behind the curtains so effectively that he just pop up when there is an evaluation role or a speech role. But please, our very own Ishan, please welcome Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Ali Hassan.
Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction, Toastmaster Arusa. Here comes your debutant Toastmaster of the Day as the virtual Toastmaster of the Day. It's been like now almost a year I have been running away, but now I was under the grip of a mentor and I had no other choice but to give in to the Toastmaster of the Day virtual role. Just like Shah Rukh Khan is to Bollywood, Vin Diesel is to Hollywood. Just like Shah Rukh Khan is to Bollywood, Vin Diesel is to Hollywood. I am Toastmaster of the Day to today's meeting of KTC. Our theme of today will be cinema, and I would appreciate in whatever creative way you can contribute to the theme. Just to give you an idea, you can come up with the dialogues whenever you are given a chance to speak. You can share any wonderful quotes or just pretend like any famous character of any famous movie. On behalf of KTC, here I welcome you all, the guests, the Toastmasters, and the distinguished Toastmasters, to today's fun-filled and learning session of Toastmasters. And just to give a kickstart to the meeting, I would like to share a video with you regarding the evolution of cinema. Just a small video, and let's see how the cinema has evolved over the period of like 12 decades. And once we are back, we will continue with the same theme, the same energy. And let me just, I would request tech host, in fact, to allow me to share. I need his permission. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Star. So just have a look at the video, and we will be right back. I will be right back. You guys stay here and watch the video. that was all about the video. Let me come back to the camera option. 1 second. Yeah. See how it started back in 1890 and how it has evolved in different genres, whether it be fiction, action, romance, comedy. It, in like 13, 14 decades, it has evolved in all the fields. And it started back in America. Now it has spanned over to a lot of countries, mainly Hollywood, Bollywood, and a little bit of Lollywood. Getting started with the sections of the meeting, and the we have like a proper three sections in total of the meeting, and in the first one we will have the prepared speeches, in which our Toastmasters will give speeches on their allotted projects. And in the second phase, we will have the impromptu session, the table topic session, in which we will invite mainly the guests and a few of the Toastmasters and give them the opportunity to face the virtual audience, polish their skills, and learn the skills of public speaking. And thirdly, the most important part, we will be having the evaluation session. One of our Toastmasters will conduct the session called over the evaluators and give a critical, the team of evaluators will give a critical positive feedback on the prepared speeches and the impromptu session to further polish the skills of the speakers. And, and today, as Toastmaster of the Day, I am accompanied by a team of Toastmasters that will help me out in conducting today's meeting. And let me start with the role holders that will be facilitating me today. So you see in the dialogues there are a lot of mistakes, just like why so serious? Can anybody tell me what's the problem with the uh, this dialogue? What's the grammatical mistake?
Why
Why
are you so serious?
are you so serious?
Well, I won't comment until we have the expert opinion from the grammarian of today's meeting. And I would really appreciate if you keep your videos on or at least participate in the meeting so that it's not one sided. I don't feel like talking to the screen, rather to a bunch of people together here. Welcome to Toastmaster Lateef. I can see you smiling. It will be more interactive and more like fun-filled session if you have mics and videos on. To play this role of grammarian, point out the mistakes in the speeches, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Taha as grammarian and describe his role. Over to Toastmaster Taha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ali Hasnan. So today I am grammarian of this meeting. I'm going to be checking the grammatical errors you make while speaking, and I'm going to evaluate them a bit. And at the end, I'm not going to speak out the names who have made that mistake, and I'm just going to give my opinion that apart from this word or sentence, this should have been used. So watch out. I'm there to take out some errors and help you out a bit. So thank you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Taha. That was a wonderful description of your role. And to make that tick tick clock sound louder, to make you learn the importance of tick tick clock, we have the ruthless timer with us. And let's have the role description from Toastmaster Unsa herself. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. Today I will be the timer for all the speeches. For the prepared speeches, as for the timings, the qualifying time, as you reach the qualifying time, I will be turning on the green light. So as you can see, my background has turned green, although there is a suspended door. Then when you reach the second, like if you're speaking from 5 to 7 minutes, so at 5 minutes I'd be turning on the green light, then at 6 minutes I'd be turning on the yellow light, and at 7 minutes, that's your maximum time, I'd be turning on the red light. For table topic session, I would be timing the same way. The table topic sessions are 1 to 2 minutes. So at 1 minute, it will be green. And at 1 minute, 30 seconds, please correct me. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, there will be a yellow. And at 2 minutes, there will be a red. There is 30-second grace period. So please wrap up your speech within the 30 seconds. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arusa. And the people who help the actors in the background to carry out their acting services. We have the tech host for today, that is Toastmaster Saad. Let's know how he will be helping us in the background to conduct the meeting. Over to you.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, my role when you aren't speaking and also to avoid any technical issues in the meeting. That's about it. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saad. The way Karan Johar is to Bollywood, I believe DTM Talha is to KTC. The brain that actually is behind this all meeting and the bigger project. Today, he has been assigned the role of facilitator as the R counter. Let's have his words, how he will be conducting his role. Over to DTM Talha. I think we lost the connection. We will invite him later to prescribe his role. And just to make sure I didn't lose the connection, I'm there with you all. Or are you all with me?
Yes, we are with you.
Perfect, perfect. So, just like the jury does to Oscar awards, we will have the vote counter who will be letting us know about the decision of winners. And that let's have the role description from Toastmaster Saad himself. Over to you.
I guess Saad lost his connection.
Okay, we have DTM Talha back to the meeting. So I was saying, just like Karan Johar to Bollywood, we have DTM Talha to KTC, the mastermind of the entire big project. And today he will be facilitating me in conducting the meeting as the R counter. Let's have the role in his own words. Over to DTM Talha.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, and special thanks for comparing me to the easiest and the mushiest director in Bollywood. But okay, I guess one has to accept whatever compliments are coming your way. So my role today will be to count the R's and ums and the you knows and the basicallys and the word repetitions. So the devices that we use when we are thinking and processing words. And as a tip to all the speakers, if rather than saying or or using but or so or and, it is advisable to take a pause and stay silent and then marshal your thoughts. So I will be counting all such instances, and in the end, I will be presenting my report. Over to you.
Thank you, DTM Talha. And Toastmaster Saad is not back. And let me know who will be assisting us as the word master.
Word master is Toastmaster Taha Hassan. And if Saad is not back, so uh, I'm also the co-tech host, so no worries.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So to perform the twin role of word master, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Taha, and so he can let us know about his role details. Over to Toastmaster Taha.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Today I'm also doing one more role, the word master. So I'm going to be telling you a word and you have to use that word while you speak. And I'm going to count them how many times you are speaking that particular word. So today's word of the day is cranny. 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 So it means a small narrow opening in something solid. We'll repeat it again. A small narrow opening in something solid. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Taha. And if you have not by now mentioned it in the chat, you can put the word of the day in the chat so that everyone can read it and see where he can fit it in.
And yeah, I already did it
Okay,
before.
perfect.
Thank
Perfect,
you.
perfect. And we have Toastmaster Saad back to the meeting. And like the jury to the Oscar Award, we have Toastmaster Saad as vote counter. Let's see how he describes his role in his own words. Over to Toastmaster Saad.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ali. Again, I just I'm in and out, in and out. So my role as the word counter is basically to ask for the votes after each segment of the meeting. So after each after each after each segment, after the prepared speeches, after table topics, after the in the evaluation, and also after the big four, you will all be 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 able to cast the vote via via polling, and then I'll 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 announce it at the end. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saad. And I will bother you for one more role. I believe you will be doing a twin role today. And let us know about your role as the listener for today's meeting.
Yeah, so fellow Toastmasters and guests, my role as the my role as the listener would be to catch some nice words and phrases in the meeting, and then and then at the end, all of you would a word all of you would guess who spoke. Over to you, Toastmaster Ali.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saad. And let me confirm, we have Toastmaster Wajahat in the meeting, the joke master.
Yes, I am available in the meeting now. I managed to get in. Am I audible?
Yes, you are
Hello,
audible.
can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to say
Go
hi to
ahead,
all
make
of
my
you.
day. Thank you. Go ahead, make my day. Over to Toastmaster Wajahat as the joke master of the evening.
Yeah. Okay. You want me to? Okay. You want me to start right now?
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. let's discuss about the first joke. A dumb man was driving a train. Suddenly, a man came in the front of the train. So he just uh, stopped the train at the same time. So they just came into the court, and after they just came into the court, just asking to him that's why he diverted the train into the green field. He diverted the train into a green field. So judge asked why you diverted the train into the green field. So he suddenly replied that the main came just the main came the man who came just in the front of train. He was trying to commit the suicide. So the judge asked why you just divert the train toward the green field. So he replied that he just ran towards the green field. So that is the reason. Actually, it is very easy to just the scenario is not in my close. The wife had flu and coughing. The wife had flu and coughing. The man asked that if anything happens to you, I will get mad. The wife replied, please don't get married again. And the man replied, mad can't do anything. So a man entered in the room with burnt lips. I asked him that what happened. He said that his wife was going to her house for a month in the train. So when the engine beeped, so in excitement, I kissed the engine. The last one, the man wife died. He was crying, and when they are coming back from the burial, in a crack, there's a huge thunderbolt and lightning in the sky. So the people, everyone was terrified. They were asking that why won't talk. Uh, I finished. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mujahid. That was a wonderful lineup of jokes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, let's move on to some serious business for today's movie. Today, we have a lineup of great 8 speakers in total, and I can see most of them are like really the senior ones, and it is going to be a tough competition for the speakers and a great learning experience for the guests and the other Toastmasters. So let me kickstart the segment of prepared speeches. To start the segment, I would uh, we have the first speaker in line, the ex-president of Karachi Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Imran Rana, and to evaluate his speech, we have the the recent distinguished Toastmaster Shahrukh Shah Nawaz. He will be describing the project and the speech details. Before TM Shahrukh starts the meeting, okay, now we can see Team Imran in the proper way. Previously, it was all inverted. Another joke of the day. Now I hand it over to DTM Shahrukh Shah Nawaz to give us the speech details. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. I hope I am audible. Am I audible?
Yeah, perfectly audible and visible.
Okay, so Toastmaster Imran Rana is going to be presenting his project, Presentation Mastery, Project 3, Level 2, Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. The title of his speech is Master Shifu. The purpose statement of this project is that the purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how to how Toastmaster envisions mentoring, and the purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of a previous experience as a protege. Timer: the time for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Imran, wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, DTM Sharo. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, who's the timer? Toastmaster Urusa, right? Okay. Tai Long is on his way here right now, and you want me to save the China? Even if it takes 100 years to get here, how will you change this fat panda into the dragon warrior? How? 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 Let me think. I've trained the Furious Five. There must be a way to train you. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, Toastmasters program is designed in a way that it supports and nurtures its members through the mentorship program, just like parents help their children to take the first step, to read the first word, to write the first letter, or even to ride a bicycle. Whereas mentors at Toastmasters offers encouragement, guidance, and vision to their mentees. A good mentor is the one who understands the mentee and possesses the following qualities: experience and knowledge, positive and supportive attitude, respect and caring, commitment to the job, and dependability. My journey as a mentee at Toastmasters is the same as Panda's journey to become the Dragon Warrior. The only difference was that initially, Master Shifu running away from mentoring the Dragon Warrior, whereas in my case, this panda kept running away from all his mentors and had all kind of ready-made excuses, you name it, and I had them. As per Toastmasters International Old Leadership Program, mentoring a new member or helping an existing member with 3 speeches is a requisite, while in new pathways, this requirement is much lower than this. When I joined Karachi Toastmasters Club, my boss, DTM Rashid, and Toastmaster Hassan Ali Thebo took up the responsibility to mentoring me. And they did anything and everything they had to encourage me to deliver my projects. After months of their hardships, finally I delivered my icebreaker speech. Soon after, they realized that some people are meant to stay in their original unhampered form, and they decided that I wasn't their cup of tea. I realized that something pushing me back, something inside me, kept me away from my progress, and that something were my fears and my procrastination. In 2016, a new member joined Karachi Toastmasters Club. With his arrival, everything changed. Number of attendees started increasing, number of members started going up, and the quality of the meetings got better. The only thing not improving was me, my progress, and I was still standing at the first speech. They say that a good mentor is the one who allows you to see the hope inside yourself. One day, this amazing Avenger called me at his office and discussed my progress and told me that from now on, I will be your mentor and you will help me completing my competent leadership manual. I asked him, are you really sure? You really need my help? Oh, come on. You are so good, extremely talented. How will I help you? He politely replied, by delivering 3 projects. As I'm that sort of person who likes to help everyone as and when needed, and he decided to create a path through this. He ignited the fire in me. He ignited the fire in me and made me realize that this is the only way to progress. There is no other way, no secret ingredients. It lies within you. At different occasions, he made me realize that you are not only a good speaker, you have all those qualities that a good leader possesses. All you need is not only belief in yourself, but also belief in those who believe in you. This was new for me, and needless to say, it was powerful, and it changed me in many ways. I restarted my journey. I started delivering my projects and found my hidden strength. I not only completed my competent communicator manual, one of the best manual in Toastmasters whole curriculum program, but also ended up becoming the president of Karachi Toastmasters Club. And it all happened because of that amazing avenger. Fellow Toastmasters, China was saved as Master Shifu, with his guidance and support, changed the dumb fat panda into the strong kung fu warrior. And he defeated the mighty Tai Lang in a furious battle, thus gaining victory. In the same way, I found my self confidence, my self belief, and eventually myself with the help of my mentor, my best friend, and my master Shifu, DTM Talha. As they say, a good mentor always says, let's do it. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Imran. That was a wonderful speech. Moving on to the second in line, I can see already the soldier of fortune ready in the battlefield. Toastmaster Latif will be presenting his speech, and to evaluate him, we have our very own president, Toastmaster Usa Kamal. Let's have the project details. Over to you, Toastmaster Usa.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the evening. Toastmaster Latif will be presenting his project from engaging humor, and this project inspire your audience. Now, what he needs to do is to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires the audience. The topic of his speech is I am not so weak. So since I'm the timer, the time is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster Latif.
Imagine you wake up with two choices. One, when you return home after your work, you will be in negative. Or when you return home, you will be having nothing. What choice, if I ask the audience, would like to take? Negative or nothing? Can I get some answers, please?
Nothing is better, I guess.
Yes, nothing is better. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, today I want to talk about not to surrender. I just refuse to be weak. Walk the way I learned that I am not so weak. I would love if after my speech, I deliver a takeaway message. I'm sure there is a lot of negativity with us. But if we take this, the cranny is the positivity of ourself, to believe in ourself. Likewise, in cinemas, when we go and watch our films, the favorite actors, the favorite directors, if you want your story to be remembered, please make sure you write it well. Now, I was in a cab driving home. All of a sudden, there were two cars having a race. One, losing from the other, was frustrated, and he started shouting at the cab driver, "Why you did this and why you made me lose? Can't you move on the third lane where you can drive at your own speed?" It was a surprise for me because I have seen all the cab drivers get short-tempered. He did not lose his temper. He just said, "Let it go." But it did not answer my curiosity. I wanted to know more. And you know what he said? Maybe this guy has a lot of garbage and he wanted to throw something on me. But then it is up to me if I take or let it go. So I choose to let it go, and no one can take control of myself. Ladies and gentlemen, this gives me a very, very strong message that if you want to control your anger, if you want to control your taste buds so that you don't increase your fat, if you want to control something looking forward to your future, these are all in your hand. You don't have to rely on others. Just want to be something better than the opponents. I'll try to give you an example. There was a test match. Sachin Tendulkar and Rahul Dravid was on the pitch very early against New Zealand. The ball was reverse swinging. Chris Kane was bowling reverse swing in very beginning of overs. As you all know, where there is a shine, the ball will swing towards that side. So if it's on the left, it will go as a outswinger. Rahul Dravid was the second other batsman. He was beating every now and then. Sachin Tendulkar had an idea. So in the middle of over, he went to Rahul Dravid and said, "Look, I will be close to the bowler. So what I'm going to do is I will clearly observe him. And if the ball shine is on the left, I will hold my bat on the left side. Or if the ball is on the right, or the shine is on the right side, I will hold towards my right." And all of a sudden, instead of a batsman who always looks at the bowler, was looking at the batsman. Because now he has to know where the shine is. And all of a sudden, they were on the roll. There was some meeting between the players, and they decided to observe what Sachin is doing. All of a sudden, Sachin Tendulkar was looking at the bowler, and the bowler was looking at him. So he decided to hide his ball and bowl. And then he said to him, "Now what?" Sachin Tendulkar said, "Chris Kane and the team doesn't know that I can read the shine and tell where my bat is. But I even said to Rahul Dravid, if I am unable to read, I will hold the bat in the center." So Rahul Dravid was aware that he cannot be misleaded. So this is the way we have to think in our lives. We have to be up against our opponents. Now, during the COVID-19 time, I was locked down in my own room for 3 months. This salary cut, other people were working from home, but for me, there was no flights to operate. So what is I'm going to sell off? I decided I should look for my second income. I decided on to learn everything of my 8 to 10 hours available with me. You will not believe I did not waste a single minute. Yes, I am still jack of all. I haven't mastered anything yet, but who knows? by the end of 2021, you might see a film ending saying, written, directed by Latif Mansoor Ali. This is somewhat I am thinking of happening with me. But then I cannot lose just while sitting and blaming on others. Toastmasters, newcomers, please join these Toastmasters clubs. You will know what is your strength, and I'm sure you will always say, I am not so weak that I can be against of any opponent. Thank you. Over to you.
That was Toastmaster Latif highlighting the importance of joining Toastmasters journey. Next in line, I would like to invite uh, the person whose brainchild is the Senma concept of today, Toastmaster Kareem. And to evaluate him, we have a seasoned Toastmaster. And let's have the project details, the speech title, everything from Toastmaster Amir Bilal, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Kareem. Over to Toastmaster Amir.
Thank you very much, TM Ali Hasnan. The speaker I'm going to evaluate, it is a privilege to evaluate such a professional human being, and he is a true example of starting anything. As far as if I remember it correctly, his icebreaker had a real impact on the audience. So TM Karim Meghani is presenting his project from Visionary Communication, and that project is about leadership styles. And the purpose of this project is for the member to identify his primary leadership style. And the purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspect of his primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. So TM Karim Meghani will be presenting a project on leadership style, and the title of the project is Why People Call You Sir. TM Karim Meghani, Why People Call You Sir. Over to you.
Thank you, TM Amir Bilal. I'm audible? Yeah. 7 years ago, me and my son were coming in a rickshaw in Karachi from Dolmen Mall to my home. And when I reached my home, the rickshaw driver, I asked the rickshaw driver that what is the cost of today's travel? And he told me this. And then I gave him the money. He said, sir, thank you. My 7-year-old, who is sitting right now with me here in the office, is listening to this, and he may recall that he told me immediately, Dad, what is the problem with everyone? Why everybody calls you sir? Even a rickshaw driver who doesn't know you, how he's calling you sir? And that was a question I never thought of, that why people start calling me sir. Then I said I can relate myself that I was a community teacher. I was teaching in the classes. Maybe people are calling me sir for that. But there can be some other reason. Fellow Toastmaster and guest, today I'm talking about this particular word, sir. I will not go in detail of that word because sir is I will not say derogatory term, but this is term which is used at the time of slavery when the slaves talk to their masters. But eventually over the time, this term is being used by people to show their respect. And why a rickshaw driver or a taxi driver or someone who doesn't know you will call you sir? The way you speak with them, to make them personally feel comfortable. And how I realize it. I was doing my pathway of visionary communication, visionary leadership. And when I was looking at the level 2, the first thing was leadership styles. 7 years after 2020, I was looking at the pathway. And when I was reading these leadership styles, the leadership style came, it is affiliative. Affiliative means that I bring everyone together. My leadership style is that, I work together. I always try to help my team members. This is on the top of my survey. The second style, leadership style, was that I was a coacher. My leadership style is very towards coaching. Then I start reflecting on my life. That how come this is my leadership style? Over 20 years of my time, whenever I meet anyone, I'll not be shy to say this, but I'm always trying to help them. Even in the office environment where I have my staff working with me, if they doesn't know even a presentation or Word or Excel, I start become a teacher. And once I remember last year, in fact, one of my colleagues, which is not working with me right now, but she said that, you always been a teacher to me. How come a leader become a teacher? And they also call me sir. So I just suddenly realized maybe I'm on not a right profession. Maybe I should be a teacher, because teachers are leaders also. But no, I'm in the right profession. Everybody, you're in your right profession, but you have to learn how to respect others and bring them together in your leadership style. And why my son right now, if he asks me again this question, that why people call you sir, I can tell him that, beta, son, I always try to teach people. I always try to be very positive with them. But when I was reading this leadership style, I got to know that there are some negative part of it also. And what is the negative part? I don't focus on results. I focus on team satisfaction. If the team is satisfied, for me, the results will be achieved. But sometimes there are some delays because maybe I am too lenient with them. I am not talking, and that is something which I learned from my leadership style, that maybe I'm giving too much leniency, I'm coaching, I'm telling them to learn, so some people don't take it seriously. So now I am trying to learn from this pathway that how I can make my journey from affiliative to coaching, and then maybe altruistic. Maybe somebody who are looking for achievements, how I can make that particular leadership style work with me. But Alhamdulillah, I can say that in last 20 years I'm working, I achieved a lot. And what I achieve, the more that I have 5,000 friends in Facebook, and suddenly Facebook told me that now you cannot accept more friends. But this is part of my journey. All my students, which I say sometimes, they all are my friends in Facebook. They know me. If they want something from me, Karim sir, can I ask you a question? I said, yes, your teacher is ready for you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster. The sir, the leader, the teacher. Time to move on to the next speaker. And for today, I would say the next speech lined up for you, it will be a champion evaluating a champion. On the speaking side, we will have Toastmaster Saad Shoaib, and to give us the project details and the speech timing, I would like to request Toastmaster Ali Asher Anjum to let us know more about the speech of Toastmaster Saad. Over to Toastmaster
Thank you
Ali
so
Asher Anjum.
much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, alias Nan Babar. So today my target is speaker, my friend, and a dedicated Toastmaster, Saad Shoaib, and he is on his pathway through engaging humor. And today he is going to give his second speech of evaluation and feedback. The purpose of this project is for a member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to the second speech. So today, uh, he has his second speech, and the speech title is "The Good Old Days." Over to you, Toastmaster Saad Shoaib.
Just a minute, would you reconfirm the timing, please?
Uh, Timing is 5 to 7 minutes.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ali. Behold the King of Kings. It's time to play the game. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, this was the voices that I heard right throughout my childhood, ever since 2005. WWE was my only passion in life. I watched Raw, I watched SmackDown, I watched ECW, I watched each and every pay-per-view, WrestleMania, and everything. You name it, I've watched it. That was a time when I myself was very much naive and didn't know. Of course, that's quite natural that I didn't know much about myself or my life. What's about to come ahead? What are my challenges? What are my goals? What are my ambitions? So so then the only thing was WWE, 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 WWE. Totally I was totally into that. And and the and and the main reason behind that was the entertainment, the the drama, the emotion. That was at a time when when of course I I did not know that WWE was fake. Now I do, of course. But back then my my dad was not a bit a big supporter of me watching WWE. He was like, focus focus on education, focus on the things that matter. Well, sorry, I'm a kid. I I I've actually a got a long way to go. But then after that moving forward, WWE played a big part in my in my professional development. How? Because of that commentary, those English words, phrases, everything that actually improved my vocabulary a lot. So that actually helped me to perform better in many of the interviews. So, so, so yes, that's an 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 addiction. I know that it's fake. I know that, but again, artists need to be need to be respected. Those those people are entertainers. Those those people are are skilled. So 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 let's not not downplay that aspect and 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 totally tell and totally tell and totally tell totally tell your kids that no WWE is bad. There's no advantage. There's no advantage to it because you never know which 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 aspect might 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 benefit what, and also you don't know what what will be the what will be the requirements of the times to come. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster Ali Hasnan.
That was the rising star of KTC Toastmaster Saad Shoaib. And just imagine if Beach Luxury slash Zoom was a cinema, KTC was the movie. Whom do you think would have been the most frequent viewer of this single movie?
TM Latif.
Anyone else wants to give it a try?
Toastmaster Hiba.
There you go. The only person I have never seen missing the single episode, the single show of this movie. Next in line, we have the most regular viewer of the KTC movie, Toastmaster Hiba Reis Khan. And to evaluate her, I would like to call upon Saad Shoaib again, this time as the evaluator. Let's have the project details and the timing from PM Saad Shoaib. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ali. So Toastmaster Hiba he will be presenting her last speech of this level 1, which is which is uh, which is research and presenting. The purpose of this speech is for the member to learn the basic research method and present a well organized, well researched speech on any topic. The speech title is how to grow your own food. The speech length is is 5 to 7 minutes. Best of luck, Toastmaster Heba.
Okay, before I begin, am I audible and visible?
Absolutely,
Yes.
you're right.
Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, what type of food do you all like to eat? If I throw a question at the audience, my evaluator, PM Saad.
Rice. Rice.
Rice. Okay, that's a very basic food, but something else. TM Talha, for instance, may I have any answer from you?
Anything that moves.
Sorry, anything that?
Moves.
Oh, that is very dangerous. Okay. Okay. What's a foodie's favorite book, for instance? Another joke that I throw at the audience. What's a foodie's favorite book? The Lunch Bag of Notre Dame. Okay. Food is something which unites us all as a human being. Food is something which we have daily as on our tables as a family from day-to-day basis, or on religious festivities from Christmas to Thanksgiving to Eid to Ramzan to Holi and Diwali. Food is something which unites us all as individuals, human beings of different cultures and religion, and brings us all on a table. There are different processes of growing a food, and I came across one process which has around 10 stages. The first stage is choose the perfect place for growing your vegetables and fruits. It is not very necessary to start from a large space. One can buy pots as large pots and plant the seeds and keep it near the kitchen table, kitchen door, or near in your terrace or balcony. For instance, if you live in a flat. The second stage is know your fruits and vegetable season. It is very important for us to know that what type of fruits and vegetables we are going to grow, how much time it is going to take, and how much time it will take from it to grow from a seed to a large plant. And it is important for us to make note of it in our journals or diaries. The third stage, plant a variety of fruits and vegetables. It is very important for us to plant a variety of fruits and vegetables, because this way it would increase our learning of growing fruits and vegetables, and at the end of the day, week or month, we will have a variety of fresh produce to eat. The third stage is know your soil. It is very important for us, in my perspective, and according to the website that I came across, it is very important for us to know our soil, because we will be growing our plant in it, and we can have a test, a squeeze test, for instance, by taking a certain amount of soil in our hand. We can determine whether it is clay, sand, or loam. The fifth stage is in which it is also important to realize that there are some plants at some stages in which they need certain fertilizers to enrich the process of growing the fruits and vegetables. The sixth stage says, so far, so good. There are some seeds and seedlings which will depend on the types of crop that you are growing. Then there's the seventh stage which says just add water. It is important for us to nourish our plants, fruits and vegetables at each and every stage and water them accordingly. This watering will help in the process of growing, and also there are certain plants which need less water, and they thrive in drier, hot, humid climates. The eighth stage says cover up. Obviously, when we will be growing our fruits and vegetables in our homes, they would be susceptible to certain damages, insects, pesticides, and air, or any sort of birds. They can come and attack the plant because they usually are fragile and soft and sensitive. So it is better to cover them up with any sort of polythene and or a cloth. The ninth stage says harvesting them properly. We should harvest the fruits and vegetables that we grow at a certain time, the time they mature usually, because there are certain plants which when ripened can be left hanging on the plant for a few days. Then there are certain plants, fruits and vegetables, which need to be immediately harvested because that is the time when the taste is at the best. Then the last stage says enjoy. Nowadays, many people, such as me myself, enjoy eating fried, processed and fast food. And this usually leads to a lot of illnesses, diseases, and it can also become unhygienic. Growing our food ensures that growing our food means that we get more seasonal fresh produce, which is free from preservatives, which usually these fried and processed food have. These seasonal and fresh produce are much more tasty as well and healthy. In the end, I would like to conclude by saying that one should, growing your own food has its own advantages and disadvantages, and we should do it more because it's more accessible, affordable, and convenient. Thank you. And one last thing, I forgot to mention the website that I took it from. The website is lovethegarden.com. Thank you.
Thank you to the most regular viewer of the movie Toastmasters Club. Here, I would like to take a moment and appreciate the chameleon wall TM Arusa has. I'm really loving the way it changes the color. To your idea of changing wall colors. Moving on with the speeches, next in line, we have our very own seasoned Toastmaster, the president, the timer, the chameleon wall holder, all in one package. TM Arusa Kamal will be giving her next speech, and to have the project details, we would like to have the birthday gentleman. Happy belated birthday. Over to DTM Zad Kalia, and let's have the speech details and best birthday wishes to you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ali Hasnan. Toastmaster Urusa Kawal is pursuing her presentation mastery path, level 4. Title of her speech is Once Upon a Time. Time is 5 to 7 minutes, but there will be, as she is president, and usually people don't listen to president in this word. So there may be some disturbance as I can see the bright faces in the audience. So timer, who will be the timer, we need to decide, and whoever is the timer, we can allow, as she's the president, we can allow her 10 to 15 minutes, but the speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes, and we can allow her up till 10 to 15 minutes time. Toastmaster Urusa is the president as well as area director, and she is one of the stalwart of our KTC, and she has transformed her journey from starting from an introvert, and now she is speaking in many of the meetings. So please put your hands together for welcoming Toastmaster Urusa Kaur.
Okay, start.
Fellow Toastmasters, all right. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, In this meeting today, we have something in common. Could you look around and tell me what do you think is common amongst us?
Still alive in
And
the era of Corona.
Hands free, everybody's wearing.
all right,
You are at Toastmasters.
that is a good one.
We are
All
all
right.
sitting.
Sorry, I did not follow the question. Can you please repeat that again?
There is a common thread connecting all of us besides Toastmasters. So, what do you think it is?
Beauty.
Oh, wait.
We are, we are very beautiful. So,
College
moving-
degree.
All right. So, among the themes that everyone mentioned, I think there is a common theme of birth, there is a common theme of death, and then there is life in the middle. We are all born at a specific point in time, and then we all die at a specific point in time. And then there is one more thing common to us: opportunities. We get opportunities every now and then. We get them, and sometimes we don't even know that we have an opportunity. They pass us by. We are so engrossed in life, we keep on living, and then we realize, oops, that opportunity is gone. Today, I want to share a folk tale regarding this, a story that has traveled through generations, through decades, and reached me through a friend. Long time ago, there was a man living in a town. He was an ordinary man, living from day to day. He worked in the morning and he rested in the evening. Now there was something really messed up happening with him. You see, whenever he would start something new, it would either not work out as he planned or simply go to dogs. This man decided to open a bakery, but somehow mice got in and ruined his inventory. He then decided to work for a shoemaker, but then a disease struck the cows, and then there was no leather to work with. He was out of work. Every time he decided to start something, his luck would run out. So he was so annoyed that he decided to find his luck. He headed towards the deep forest on foot, and there he met a wolf, a hungry wolf, bare teeth waiting for him. The man decided to pass the wolf by as quickly as he could. Hey there, who are you? Where are you going? I'm looking for the creator. Why do you need to meet the creator? Well, I have been down on my luck lately, and I need to know why my luck seems to run out. Okay, while you're there, can you ask him why I'm always hungry and I cannot seem to find the food I need? I have become so feeble. Maybe the creator will know. Okay, I will ask him. Saying this, he ran off. While running ahead, he looked over his shoulder to see the wolf was not following him. And as he ran into a tree. Who is there? Taken aback at the heavy sound, he suddenly looked in all directions. Who is speaking? It is the tree that you ran into. Oh, hi, sorry running into you like that. But why are you so dull? The tree had branches that were drooping and leaves that were wilting. The man thought, what an odd looking tree in the jungle. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know what's wrong with me. I have been like this for months. My leaves can't process the sunlight. Where are you off to in this jungle where no man comes to? Oh, I'm looking for my luck. I'm going to meet the creator. You see, I have been down on my luck lately and I need to see the creator to ask him where my luck has gone to. Oh, okay. While you're there, can you do me a favor? Can you ask him why I'm wilting? Sure. And the man strode off into the jungle. Deeper and deeper he went into the overgrowth. Trees and streams. He passed all of them. While walking on one path, he could hear a melodious voice singing from afar. Now he wondered who on earth could be living so deep into the forest. He followed the melodious voice and came to a house built in the clearing. He saw a lady standing in front of the house, singing to a few birds in front of her. He then saw a few rabbits crawling near her feet. As he watched in amazement, he couldn't help but wonder who this lady was. So he walked over to her. As she saw him approach, she stopped singing. Who are you? I am man. What are you doing in this wilderness? Oh, I live here. Now, after my husband died, I moved out into this little house and I live in this house all alone, singing when I want to, making food when I want to. Why do you come here? I'm down on my luck. I'm going to find the creator and I'm going to find my luck. Oh, all right. Are you there? Can you do me a favor? Could you ask him quietly? I'm so lonely. All right. I will ask him. And he trotted along the path to find the creator, deeper and deeper into the jungle. He walked for days, nights, till he reached the end of the earth. And there he met the creator. Why, man? Why have you come to see me? I'm down on my luck. I don't know what to do. You are the creator of all things. I ask you, where is my luck gone and how can I get back? The creator was rather bemused at his innocent questioning and knew his creation pretty well too. He said, your luck is waiting for you desperately. Go back and you shall find it. The man was overjoyed. He was so happy that the creator had finally told him where to find his luck. He then asked the three questions the wolf, the tree, and the lady had asked him, and off he went on his way back. He first met the lady. Did you find your luck? Oh, yes, it's waiting for me. I will find it. What did the creator say about my question? Oh, he said, marry the first suitable man you see and you shall not be lonely. The lady looked at the man. Will you marry me? She asked. Oh, no. I have to find my luck. It is waiting for me back at the village. I have to run off. And he walked onto the path until he came to. Did you
Poor
find
guy
the
didn't
creator?
realize the lady was a luck. The poor guy. I think the poor guy did not realize. The lady was a luck. Isn't it?
Be, or maybe, when the tree asked him, did you find the creator? Oh, yes, I did. And he told me that my luck is waiting desperately for me. I have to run off. But wait, what did the creator say about my question? Oh, yes, your question. There is a box of gold buried in your roots, and it's not allowing the water to go up the leaves. That is what is causing the wilting. Yes, there's a box of gold there. I have no use of it. Could you take the spade and dig it up and free my roots? You can have the box too. Oh, no. I have no time for digging. I have to go find my luck. It is waiting for me desperately. And he ran off towards the village. But he had one more creature to confront. The wolf who was waiting for his answer. Hey man, I'm still hungry. Did you ask the creator about my question? Yes. The creator said to eat the first thing you see. It will ease your hunger. The wolf didn't care to ask more, nor did he want to know whether the man had any more luck. He devoured the man in one swift move. So, before the proverbial wolf devours life,
10 minutes.
What is it? that you and I may be missing. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much. That was Toastmaster Arusa. And moving on with the flow of the meeting, the next speaker in queue, we have Toastmaster Ghulam Kadir, the second place winner of the evaluation contest.
Third
And
place. The, the results were corrected. I was
second
the
runner
third
up
place.
and the third place winner.
Yeah.
We are glad you are here. And to learn from his expertise, I would like to call upon his evaluator for this speech. And to evaluate the Toastmaster GQ, we have Toastmaster Sayyid Najam Rizvi. And over to Toastmaster for details and the time.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ali Hasnan. Am I audible clearly?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir is doing his project from Presentation Mastery 5, Prepared to Speak Professionally. Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir, the title of his speech is Me, Myself, and GQ. And GQ doesn't stand for Gentleman's Quarterly, it stands for Ghulam Qadir. By profession, Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir is a banker and he likes to sing. So maybe if you keep your money with him, he'll make it sing. The purpose of this speech is to practice developing and presenting a longer speech. What should you expect from the speech? An engaging in keynote style speech, maybe informational or humorous, as GQ may decide. We can speech with compelling content and what not to expect, a report on the content of Prepared to Speak Professionally. So over to you, GQ.
Congratulations, Ghulam Kadir. You have been promoted as a senior vice president of the bank. Here is your letter. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Toastmaster of the day, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. I took the letter, came back on my seat, took a cup of coffee, and took the first sip. And I started my journey into my thoughts. This was the very same building where years ago I used to come with my father and my five sisters in a single rickshaw to see the lights at the eve of 14th August. So I used to see the building like this. Oh, wow, what a tall building. And never knew that one fine day I'll be working in the same building. Going back to my childhood, my fellow Toastmasters, I opened my eyes in a rented flat. It was a very small flat, but a very cozy one. My father was a government teacher with a very small salary. However, he managed to put all of us in the best schools. So at that time, he got me admitted into BVS Parsi High School, which was one of the best schools. I did my matriculation from that school, and to the shock of my life, when I passed out and I was passing out in my metric, I came to know there was a donor who used to pay my fee. My parents were unable to pay my fee. No matter, I went into DJ Science College, did my engineering from that. And as in my previous speeches, I have told all my Toastmasters that I never got admission in NET or any of the engineering university due to my examination, due to my marks. Nevertheless, what were the options for me on the table? I started studying CA, Chartered Accountancy. So when I entered into CA with all my passion, with the aim to become a chartered accountant one day, I did my CA intermediate. And there was a time where I was aiming to get into the big five audit firms. But somehow I couldn't get into the audit firms. So disheartened, dejected, I was walking outside one day in front of the IBA City campus. And I was wondering, who are those people who study in this university? They must be very intelligent. So one good day, I saw an advertisement in the newspaper for the admission test. I sat in the admission test and got into that university. And that's how I completed my academic career. But how did I finance myself? Yes, I started earning from the age of 17. So what was I was doing at such a young age? I started giving tuitions. I got a small advertisement made on the card, and we used to live in Gulshan Iqbal at that particular time. So what I did, I went into home by home, ringing the bells, and distributed those cards. Ma'am, do you have any children at your home? Okay, you do. Okay, I'm a person who can give tuitions and give them best of the best education. So if you need a tuition, give me a call at this number. That's how I started and started earning and got the first 2,000 rupees of my life at the age of 17. But I had to do something other than giving tuitions. So one fine day, as I was sitting on my computer and was chit-chatting on MSN Messenger with one of my friends, and suddenly a call came from one of my cousins. I picked up the call. Yes. My cousin said, would you like to do a job in a bank? Okay. Which bank it is? Union Bank. Excuse me? I've never heard the name of this bank. Which bank it is? Why? Because the place where I used to live in the Gulshan Iqbal 13D2 block, the branch of that bank was never there on the University Road. And I did not know this bank. So what is the job all about? It's a call center job, a phone banker job. Okay, I don't know what the role is all about, but what I'll do is I'll go and give the interview tomorrow. Okay. So I took my CV on a diskette because I did not have a printer, kept that diskette in my pocket, and started walking towards the University Road, towards the bus stop. I took Shiraz coach and got down on the Bolton Market bus stop. And there were the printers. I gave them my diskette. Can you print my CV? They took 10 rupees from me and printed my CV. And also 2 rupees more for the envelope. So 12 rupees was the cost at that time. I put that CV in the envelope and wearing a check shirt, jeans, and joggers, I went to give my first interview. When I reached the first floor of New Jubilee Insurance Building, and I found the place, oh wow, this seems to be a good place. Why am I wearing this shirt and this tie without a tie? So that's how I started my journey into the banking sector in 2002. And with a salary of 6,000 rupees only. And believe me, when I got the check as a third party contractual of 6,000 rupees, I was wondering, it's such a big amount. What am I going to do with it? 6,000 rupees seems to be a big amount. Nevertheless, that was my first salary in the banking sector. And since the theme is cinema, so from here onwards, a movie started in my life. Yes, I fell in love with one of my colleagues and I proposed her. But unfortunately, I didn't look at my salary at that time. And as usual, what happens in the first love? The girl said, Ghulam Kadir, you are a very good friend of mine, but let me tell you, you're a friend of mine and I just love you like a friend. Okay, so I entered into a friend zone and I accepted that. And after a year, she got married to the AVP of the bank, of the same bank. No, so life moved on. And Mr. GQ fell in love again. It was bound to happen. But what happened this time? This time I fell in love with a girl of a different community. She was Smiley and I was Sunni. So both of them had a very good time together. But one fine day, I got a call from her. Ghulam Kadir, oh Ghulam Kadir, please forget me. Please forget me. I cannot marry you. Mama is not agreeing. We cannot marry outside community. I'm sorry, we cannot. And the second drop scene happened in my life. This was the second attempt and I failed in my love life. So I thought I'm never ever going to get into love again. But time moved on. I switched jobs. I came to Allied Bank. I got a job as an AVP and became VP over there. And this was the time when I became VP and they gave me a car key. Mr. GQ, this is your official car, which was Corolla XLI. I drove that car home, parked my car, went inside the home and gave the big news to my mother. I asked my mother to sit with me and let's go for a drive. So this was the first time I was driving a car for my mother. And I recalled and I told my mother, Mama, you always used to give me an incentive before the examination in my school days that whenever you'll pass this exam, you will get a bicycle. And Mama, that bicycle never came. But look at this. Alhamdulillah. That bicycle did not come, but God gave me this car. That is called the luck. And that is called the destiny. So, moving on with my third attempt of love. This time, I again fell in love. But I did not hear that you are in a friend zone. I did not hear that you are from a different community, because I had become a pretty stable in my career and there was some sort of a currency in my pocket. Nevertheless, the relationship was there for 4 years. However, tragedy happened again. The two families could not reconcile with each other. And the engagement broke one fine day. My mother called up her mother that we are breaking up the engagement and it's over. So poor GQ, love story in this film never happened. And at the end, I got married, but in an arranged manner. So today, I love of my life is my daughter. And believe me, there is no love on earth which can match the love of your children. Let me tell you this. Nevertheless, coming back to my story of uh, professional career. So from Allied Bank, GQ joined HBL, and that where the struggle started. At the age of 30, GQ was a vice president in one of the major banks. But what happened next? When did GQ got the next promotion? What happened? It took good 8 years, 8 tiring years for me to reach from one level to another level. And it was really a hectic journey. Was a really hectic journey. So, looking back, what was my starting line? Where I started and from where I am today. I just want to thank Allah Mia that my starting line was way, way, way far away as compared to my peers who enjoyed some sort of a golden spoon. The message over here I wanted to give to all my Toastmasters. Life is full of experiences. So do enjoy every moment which you have. You will have ups and downs. You will be the one who may think that why me? When I was not promoted for 8 years, every year I used to think, why me? Why am I not being promoted? But I did not realize what achievements I had done before. But every year, this happens with all of us. So stay calm, stay cool, enjoy your life. This life is full of excitement. This life is full of love. Enjoy your parents till the time they are with you. Enjoy with your siblings. Enjoy with your wife and children. Enjoy with your friends. I'm telling you this, enjoy with them and enjoy every moment. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Ending the speech on with the golden words, that was Toastmaster GQ. Time has come to show you how it feels in the movie of Humayun Saeed when he decides to produce the movie and then he decides he will be playing as actually in the same movie. So, next speaker in line is me, myself, Ali Hasnan, the Toastmaster of the day. And to get the details of the speech, I would like to invite DTM Talha to let us know, to let the audience know more about the speech details, the project details, and the timing. Over to you, DTM Talha.
Thank you so much, Karan Johar in the house. So today, Toastmaster Babar Ali Hisnan will be delivering his project, which is uh, sorry, just a second. I need to have a look at the agenda because that's what happens when you're doing the R counter role. So yeah, okay. He's delivering a project from engaging humor and level 3, and the project is understanding vocal variety. And the actually I'm slightly confused. The project name was the sound of
the power of inflection.
The power of inflection. That was the updated name, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the project's target is to okay, and actually it is this project is evaluated very differently from other projects. The evaluation for this project is different from other evaluation. For this project, you will complete a speech profile. The speech profile resource is designed to identify vocal variety. So the purpose of this project is for the member to practice using vocal variety to enhance a speech. So this speech will not be evaluated on content. It will only be evaluated on the vocal variety use. Yes, the speech should be well organized, but the actual thing being evaluated will be how the member uses his or her voice to enhance their message. So with that, with the power of infection comes great responsibility, and that great responsibility is to deliver a speech with good vocal variety. So Toastmaster Babar Ali Isnan, the power of infection.
Thank you, DTM Talha. Am I loud and clear?
Absolutely, you are.
One second. One second. Thank you, DTM Talha. The human voice. It's like an instrument that we all know how to play. You can start a war with your voice. You can show gratitude with the same voice, or maybe you can express love with the same voice. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very good evening. Ever wondered people made so much impact on the history? They changed the entire course of history. If you see, they left an impact that would last for a year, in some cases for decades, even in some cases for centuries. And believe it or not, in some cases, until the last day on this earth. But then, did you wonder why we don't have any such impact on the people around us? Not even on a single person? That is because most of the time we are monotone. We sound plain in the monotone. You know what psychology says about the voice? It says, as per the psychology, your voice leaves an image in the other person's mind. Tring, 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 tring. Oh, I got a call. Yes, who is this? Don't you know of the celebrity that lives across your street? Don't you know about the celebrity? See, if I get the same call with no inflection and in poor voice. Tring, 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 another call. Who is on the call? Hey, don't you know of the celebrity that lives around the corner? So see what happens when a celebrity sounds like this. Your voice to you is just like marketing to a brand. It might sound big, but you need to focus on your voice as brands as the brands put the focus on the marketing. You see, it's the very first image after your physical body that you leave in the mind of your listener or the person you're talking to. And just like the marketing that we tailor as per the target market, you also need to make the voice inflection as per your target audience. So when you talk to your parents, it will be different. When you talk to an audience on the stage, it will be different. And when you like convince your friend or have a chit chat, it will be entirely different. You need to be conscious about it. It's not just about the branding. It gives it means a lot more than that. Having focused on like the complete importance of the inflection that it holds in our conversation, I would like you to focus on basically the 4 areas that are important when it comes to your voice. Number one, intensity of voice. So, like, what if I say, I need you to get this done by today? Relative to, I need you to get this done by today. As per the situation, you have to be loud, you have to be intense. That way, you leave more impact. Secondly, inflection. When I went to Pakistan, I fell in love with the mesmerizing music, the scenic beauty, and the love of the people that I gathered. If the same sentence was put without any inflection, I fell in love with the mesmerizing music, the scenic beauty, and the people that I met with. See, there's a hell loads of difference in the impact that both the sentences make. Then, one very important aspect that we tend to miss when it comes to voice, the words per minute. As per the research done by TEDx, the world's most successful people have 160 to 175 words per minute. And if you go too fast, I'm sure you will not be able to convey the message. And again, if you go very slow, you will take more than a normal average person to deliver the same message. So make sure you stay somewhere in between, like 160 to 175 words per minute. The fourth most important thing that relates to your voice, the pauses. Whenever you deliver any important message, you need to pause for a bit. That way, you let the message sink in, you let the audience absorb the message, and this is how you leave an impact that lasts for longer. Having emphasized on why vocal variety is important, these are the points you need to keep in mind whenever you are speaking, whatever the forum may be. In very simple words, I will like to summarize and conclude my speech. It's not just the voice that you have. It's not just about the voice that you have. It's about how well you train it to inflect and make an impact. Over to Toastmaster. Thank you. A moment of silence as the Toastmaster today prepares from another device. And before we proceed to the next segment of the meeting, I would like to have an input from Geet and Talha. Let's take the meeting to a lighter note and let Geet and Talha, if you can share with the vocal variety your favorite dialogue.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
See, when you are not prepared for even for the impromptu session, but still. Thank you, Geet and Talha. Now, moving on to the most interesting session, the most exciting session of the meeting.
What's
Okay, let's go to the timer for the timing report, and based on that, we can have the votes. Toastmaster Usa.
Yes, everyone qualified except for Toastmaster Ghulam Kadir. He was short of the 8 to 22 minutes time slot.
Thank you, Toastmaster Usa. A lesson learned: sharing your story might take you longer than average story. Okay, moving on to the second session. We have the most interesting session that will be conducted by our very own seasoned sir, teacher, Toastmaster Kareem. And let's see how he pulls through the segment through. Over to Toastmaster Kareem for an exciting session.
Hello, Toastmasters. So now I'm taking to your journey about cinema because it's a theme for today. So I just want to be very light on it, and I want you to see, I want you to show you some trailers, some music, some acting, and I want your thoughts about it. I will not be giving you surprise. I'm just telling you, start preparing whoever comes for this. And I think that I just want to confirm that probably 15 minutes I have, yeah, for this session. Okay, no problem. So let me share.
Yes, there are 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Okay. So let me start my timer myself also. And then, can the host allow me to share my screen, please?
Yes, just hold on. Okay, yes. Now go.
Okay. Okay, you can see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, let me just try the music, because the music is very important in today's session. I don't want to miss out on the music. So let's listen this. Can you hear any sound?
Yes.
You can hear it? Somebody recognize it?
Okay.
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible. Whose favorite movie? At least me and my son are we love this movie.
Yes, but a little correction. It is Larry Mullen and Iron Clayton's cover of the Mission Impossible.
Yes, yes, that's a true education. Thanks for correcting it, sir. So let's move to the session, and the table topic today is cinema. I prepared some slides for the cinema history also, but I think that it will be not interesting to go into the history. You guys can read it. I can share the slides with you, and how the motion picture started. And we saw a video in the beginning. There is a video here also for 2 minutes, and it will show you that 1899 to 1910 until now 2020.
It all started with Edward Muybridge and a horse. But cinema as a whole is just over 100 years old. The early days of the cinema of attractions gave reasons to believe that the movies were in fact a growing and legitimate form of art. Followed closely by the famous silent era, giving us original auteurs, non-fiction features, even the basis for basic film editing.
Wait a minute, you ain't heard nothing yet.
The advent of sound gave rise to an entirely new wave of film production.
Master Lateef, we cannot see any video.
You cannot see my screen?
No, we can see the slideshow.
But you're not seeing on the
changes in narrative structure
right side
laid
a
the
small
foundations
box.
for a new generation of filmmakers.
Okay. Let me just stop it. Let's move to the table topic. I think you already saw the video, and I think the slide have the details. So let's move to the next slide. And the next slide, I want to pick some people to talk about. So I'll show you a movie trailer. Okay. The trailer will be for less than 1 minute. I will put it 1 minute. And then the person, whoever we are choosing it, they need to, let's watch a trailer of a movie. Did you recognize any of the characters in the movie? Did you saw it? Share your thoughts on the movie trailer. Okay? Let's try this work or no.
For 200 years, the Muslims of India have lost the directions of their destiny. And now, as the mists clear, a vision of a country of purity and compassion. Pakistan, go back to India and take charge of the lead.
A man of honor in a time of politics.
What are these? Letters from Lady Mountbatten to Nehru and from him to her. Shameful things. We do not descend to this level.
A patriot of peace in a land at war.
Toastmaster Karim, we cannot see the slideshow. Could you try resharing again?
Okay, let me just.
It's not playing. Yeah.
Okay, let me share it. Yeah, just one second.
Now I think you have to select the same movie player. Yeah.
Yes, now we can.
Now, yes.
Yes.
Muslim League is reporting countless incidents of arson and murder against Muslim communities. He believed in a new game to stop this slaughter and began a new nation. Divide the country in two. That is madness. No, not madness. It would be equally insane to leave a Muslim minority at the mercy of a Hindu majority. His name was Jinnah. His home was Pakistan. I decide. That's why I'm here. I am here as a representative of the Muslim nation, whom you must learn to respect. And his faith would change the world. The will of the people has put Pakistan within our blood. Inspired.
Okay, so can I ask our guest, Mariam Aftab, if she is there?
Hi, I hope you can see me.
Okay, let me, I can't see it, but let's see if everybody can see them. Let's see her.
I think
Now I can see Mariam.
Table topics master, I think you can stop sharing the screen when you have given the topic and then resume it.
Actually, I've not seen the video as my internet was not working properly. I've just, so I could not see that, but I just saw one picture of it. It was related to 1947, if I'm not wrong.
Okay. Yeah,
right?
you can start. Yeah, you can start.
Okay, I'll just go with that. So start now.
Yeah, please.
So my fellow contestant, as you have seen the video, I'm sure you have. So you can see by the images, by the portrait, it was very emotional. We all can relate to that. It was something that our forefathers have passed through. The pain. It was a cranny movement, or maybe you can say a cranny mind that was going through that. There were people who was passing through each movement. For us, maybe it was 1 second, 1 minute, or a drive for an hour, but for them, it was lifetime movement. They have created that. They have gone through that. They know every cranny movement of those days. They still remember that. They feel it. I remember while I was talking to my grandfather, Dada, what was that? How was that? What happened? Or my father, Abu, wow, you have gone all through that days? I mean, what was that? How was it? I feel that pain. The relief, maybe you can say, what they were going through that day. We all can relate, but not much, obviously. The movie that shows, or maybe remind us of those days. I thank you so much for sharing that clip and choosing me to portray my feeling on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariam Aftab. I think you summarized the movie trailer in a very nice way. Let's move on to our journey. Okay, next I want to pick TM Mohammad Azhar Khan. I understand he is our newest member in our TM club. Mr. Mohammad Azhar Khan, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay. So I will show you a clip of this movie, and let's watch a movie clip. Did you watch this movie or this type of movies? Share with us a personal story. Okay, this is your question. You can see my screen? It's okay.
Yeah, I'm watching the Jurassic Park poster, so I want to explain this movie.
Now it started.
know, the species of Variformins been extinct since the Cretaceous period. I mean, this thing is this thing.
It's a dinosaur.
You did it. You crazy son of a bitch, you did.
Okay. I know everybody wants to watch the movie now, but let's move on. Dear Mohammed Azhar Khan.
So, what should I do? Sorry, I didn't get your point. Should I
No,
share
when
my
you
personal story like this?
yeah, it remind you something. Did you watch this movie? Anything about this movie if you want to talk
Yes, I have watched this movie. I don't know when. I think I was young, and I think since my childhood, I don't know exactly same right year, but that was very exciting for me and for my family because first time I watched it's a huge animal in the movie, and it is very excited for me and for my friend, and we discuss many in my uh, friend circle because I think the movie was very 20 years back or 15 years back. I think at that time we didn't have the smartphone and YouTube and other things, so we watched a movie uh, on the TV channels or VCR. I think at the time, I think I'm not sure, but I think it's very old movie. So this is very first experience for us. Oh, there are so many animals, uh, giant size, a mega size of animals. So this is very excited for us now. What should I say? I don't know.
about? Okay, wonderful, Mohammed. You know one of the good things about your thing. Your evaluator will tell you, but I make you remember your childhood. That's wonderful. At least a success for me or this club. Okay, let's move on. And uh, let me pick one person first. Sheikh Naveed, TM Sheikh Naveed. So the next is for you. Okay, so we will watch a soundtrack of a movie. It's a very famous movie. I love that movie. Please let us know what you feel about it. If you can share with us your personal story. Again, it's just Sheikh Naveed, stage is yours.
Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. That is how I know you go far crystal distance and spaces between us. We want to show you go.
Years ago, Toastmasters, when I went to a cinema with one of my friends, and I saw a big poster on the left-hand side of the Capri cinema that a very giant and big movie is coming next month. And I was amazed why that much marketing and a big budget movie is coming, and I really got excited to see that. So in next month I went to the cinema with one of my friend, and I saw that big giant movie, which was really a movie for the big screens only, because that has the cinematic effects, voice effects, and big animations, chroma counting effects, and everything. And what I remember was that movie was awesome, really awesome. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmasters Karim again.
Wow, Sheikh Navid sir, you're really, you remember the memory. I'm exactly now 15 minutes and 30 seconds. If you allow me, I can take one more. Is it okay for Madam President or to take one more?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, so let's continue our journey. Cinema. And my next pick is Mr. Ali Asher Anjum. Is he here? Can I see
Yes,
him?
I am here. Yes, I am here.
Okay, let's move. And now again, there is another soundtrack. Again, did you see in the movie? What are your thoughts? Okay, let's start. Okay, table is yours, sir.
Okay. So, to be very honest, uh, I didn't recognize the movie or that sound, but my
Can I help?
friend Toastmaster Sashid just comment that the movie is Terminator. So I didn't watch that movie, but the things that I can perceive, the names, and that the I the perception I get from my surrounding around the Terminators. So I guess it's about the machines who are roaming on the earth. They are the survivors, and the the coping with the enemies. And uh, cinema just taught us to be a hero, you need a villain. You can be a machine, but do- you you can be a hero if there is a villain. Uh, you would uh, be a spider, but you can be a hero if you have some estranged doctor who is against the humanity. So for every hero, we need a villain. So I think Terminator is just like that movie, and it's need a villain. So cinema is so. What about villains than the heroes. Over to you, Toastmaster Karim Meghani. And thank you,
Very nice.
Toastmaster.
Very nice, Alias Shanju. And I think that you are very right. But I think what I can conclude this. I had a lot of movies clips, but I think 15 minutes is enough. And we had a sense of cinema. And as you said, that we need a hero and we need a villain, but we need a story. And cinema is all about story. So when we talk about stories, I think we should look at the cinema to look at the stories. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kareem. I would say one of a kind, one of the most interactive table topic sessions we have ever witnessed. Done. Now the time has come. We are moving to that. We have to take a timer report. This is what happens when you become Toastmaster of the day after ages. So don't give this much a cap. Report from timer. Toastmaster Ausa, are you with us?
I think there's some connectivity issue.
So we will have the timer report when she is with us. And without any delay, we are moving to the last segment of the meeting. And the phase of the meeting where distinguished Toastmasters, and the guests all stand in the same queue. They have to face the constructive criticism, and this gives us all a great opportunity to learn where we can, how we can identify the areas of improvement and excel in the field of public speaking. I'm glad we have Toastmaster Usa back with us. Before we start the third segment, let's have the timer report from Madam Toastmaster Arusa.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. Every table topic speaker qualified.
Good job, all the speakers. So,
okay, everyone,
everyone please take part in the poll. And while you guys and girls take part in the poll, I would like to give the general evaluator of the evening on the floor, the virtual floor, and let us know more about the evaluation segment and the evaluation process. The virtual floor is all yours, TM Alias Ranjan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the evening and Toastmaster Adiasnan Babar. Okay, so as so the theme of the day popped cinema. So the first thing came in my mind was the song of my favorite film, Three Idiot, and that was "Give me some sunshine, give me some rays, give me another chance so I can grow up once again." La na na na. Na 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 na. Give me some sunshine. And we always want to restart our life because because we want to correct our mistakes. So here in our life, we cannot do that. But in Toastmasters, we can do that through the proper feedback and the evaluation. And in this segment, and Toastmaster get chance to get evaluated and then learn from their mistakes. So without further delay, I would like to invite first evaluator, that is a seasoned Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster, Shahrukh Shahnawaz, who is going to evaluate the speech of immediate past president Toastmaster Imran Rana on his speech, Master Shifu. So over to you, DTM Shahrukh Shanavas.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I hope I am audible. Am I audible?
Yes, you are perfectly audible.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So, Toastmaster Imran Rana, our immediate past president, it is very rare to see you speak, but believe me, whenever we do, it is always a pleasure, it is always a gift, and I know who to thank to the one person who is responsible of pushing you, harassing you, or compelling you to give speeches. So I hope that person is going to keep doing this good job. So you presented your project from presentation mastery, introduction to Toastmaster mentoring project through project 3, level 2. The title of your speech was Master Shifu. So you excelled at, well, opening was great. You started with uh, the lines from the movie Kung Fu Panda, which is again in the line with today's theme, cinema. You were full of energy, and your hand movements were great. You explained what is a good mentor, and you also shared your journey with the audience, and this really engaged the audience because we were all listening to your personal experiences. Your voice modulation was great. And a side note that I came back, I joined Toastmaster in 2009, but in 2015, in 2019, when I again rejoined the club, I found you. And trust me, I found you as a great mentor to me. So, Toastmaster Imran Rana, you are a great mentor, and I can personally vouch for you. And I know that there are many members in Karachi Toastmasters Club who will do the same. The line that I really liked from your speech was good mentor allows to see hope in oneself. This is a very deep line, and this sort of summarized the entire exercise and the spirit of Toastmasters. That a good mentor must allow speakers to grow, to be hopeful even when they are down or even they are performing not well. So that was a beautiful line. Great eye contact, again looking at the camera directly, which is very difficult in online meetings, but you did a great job. And you were standing up while delivering your speech. So this allowed you to um, demonstrate your body movements, hand gestures, and this really uh, improve your speech or improve your performance. Area to work on, well, there is not much to suggest, but I did feel that you were looking to your right side whenever there was a transition from one point to another. So I think that can be avoided or it can be more subtle so that the listener or the evaluator cannot note it down. And you looked a bit stiff. So I think you can try appearing to be more relaxed and that you are having fun on the floor while delivering a speech. Beside that, there is nothing. There is no suggestion or no area of improvement I can think of. It was a great speech. Listening you speak is very rare but always a pleasure. Hope to listen to your next speech very soon. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, DTM Shahrukh Shanavas. Indeed, your evaluation is worthy for all of us. So,
General Evaluator. People would be wondering that so far today I haven't interrupted, so that time has come now. So all of you who are waiting for an interruption, your wish has been granted. So we have our grammarian and word master who would like to present his report now because the poor soul is sitting in office and he has to reach home. So let's all ensure his safe and sound arrival at home by allowing him to present his report now. So Toastmaster Taha, the stay with your permission, General Evaluator.
yes,
Do
yes,
I have it?
please.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
love
So the
to
floor is yours.
and the movie Soul.
Thank you, Toastmaster Talha. I was really getting worried before someone comes in and say, "ये तुम्हारे अब्बू का office नहीं है." Okay. So I'm going to first talk about uh, the role I had of the word of the day. So I was quite surprised. Many people didn't use this word. The word was cranny, and it was used only 4 times That was a little surprising. It was really linked with today's theme. But next time we should use this word. We should use the word of the day more in when we are speaking in the speeches. And secondly, the grammarian role I had, I've got some good points and some bad points that our speakers said. First, I'm going to say about the good points, and I've got a really good line that our one Toastmaster used. That line, okay. She used a line was it was know your soil. It was really great line. It was really powerful when I heard this. How can we know our soil? I took it that way. She was talking about some vegetables, but I took it in our human life. So this drew my attention towards how a plant grows its roots, how a plant grows its roots, and how a man grows towards his future. If we link these two together, he himself and others nourish his soil for him to grow and strengthen his roots. I guess you all will agree with me. And I'm going to go through the good points. Some sentences used was let's do it, really great sentence. And not to surrender. I'm not I'm not so weak. This was a powerful sentence used today as well. And one really touchy sentence our speaker, one of the speeches was making, used like it was beta son, I always try to teach it. So we should all try to teach the things we know, the knowledge we should share it to others. And there was some grammatical mistakes as I'm known as a strict grammarian, and DTM how much know about that. So some some bad sentences that was used, and what should have been used, I'm gonna say them both. So there was a sentence used to mentoring me. The person should have used to mentor me. It's not. I think that the word ing, the use of ing was here was wrong. And one other bad sentence that was used, why you made me lose. I think this should have been used because of you I lost. I think you guys are going to agree with me. And one more bad sentence was I was a coacher. I think better it would have been if the person who would have used I was a coach while he was speaking. So thank you everyone. Sorry for the interruption that TTM Talha made. And I'm really grateful to him that he really saved my life. No one is coming, so I should pack up and leave. Take over to you, Toastmaster of the current Toastmaster.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, the grammarian and the word master. And uh, in movie cinema, we love twist, and DTM Tala is a master of it. So let's move towards our next evaluator, and our evaluator is is the queen of Karachi Toastmaster Club, the president, and the uh, I'm speechless. So our the next evaluator is President Toastmaster Ursa Kaval, and she is going to evaluate Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali on his speech, which title was "I'm Not So Weak." Over to you.
Thank you so much to General Evaluator. Toastmaster Latif, your speech, it made me think. Each story that you told us, each story that you detailed upon, it made me ask how far I have come in seeing things the way exactly as you told me. I saw three main stories in your speech. The cap story that told me how to let things go, Then there was the cricket story where I saw a lot of teamwork happening and that opponents should be really gouged. Then there was your own story. Change is the only constant. That is the lesson that I learned. Amazing content, well designed, opened with a question, and then a proper ending. What I missed, or what I would like to have seen added to your speech, is since that you are on a path that is called engaging humor, I missed humor in your speech. It was well crafted, it was presented in a very, very serious style. Your stories could have added a little bit of humor, and that would have amped up the message also. It would have conveyed the message in a better manner. Other than that, there is really nothing I need to add to your speech. It had lesson, it had most motivation, and the objective of the speech to inspire everyone and anyone in this meeting, it was accomplished. Best of luck for your next project. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, President Toastmaster Rusakawal. Now let's move towards our next evaluator, and he is another dedicated Toastmaster Amir Bilal, and he's going to evaluate our the speaker Toastmaster Kareem Meghani on his speech on why people call you sir. Over to you, Toastmaster Amir Bilal.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Visionary communication, my leadership styles. Why people call you sir. As I shared in an introduction about TM Kareem Meghani, he is influential speaker and he has an impact on the audience. And the moment he started speaking about his project, he started this with the story, referring to the title of the project. And this was amazing. The title was initially a mystery. Let's see how he connects with the leadership. And he did it wonderfully by sharing a story of his son asking him a question. Papa, why is he calling you sir? And he connected it beautifully. The speech had clarity. TM Kareem was very comfortable from beginning to the ending, and he has great skill of storytelling. And what he did best in his project was he covered all the aspects of his manual of leadership styles. Not only this, he also completed a survey and got to know what his actual leadership styles are. And he referred us to something which is a great learning. And he shared that he would be working on points where he can improve. And this really is the beauty of Toastmasters portal that leads you learn about something that you can bring in yourself as change. So it was a successfully delivered, planned, and executed project. I loved every bit of it. Now, things that could have been improved or can be improved in future are we understand we are in a virtual world now. At the same time, it is important for us to utilize this space, particular space that we have. You know, initially when we are in a physical meeting, we have a stage. In virtual meetings, we have a screen. So we can utilize the screen by going backward or by coming forward to enforce your points, or by somehow going left, or by going right. It's not necessary to do it frequently, but to enforce and attract your audience, you can do it, and it's a great tactic as well. And one thing that I would like to suggest here is you can plan your speech in a sense that you stay in the time, and you gain the maximum time. Like what I know or I have seen is you spoke for like 4 minute 30 seconds around this. you could use that time from 5 to 7 minutes, or you could go towards 6:30 to 7 minutes. And this could have added a more impact in your speech as well. One thing that I know now is, and it's an early call, but I love making calls that are early, the calls that are heard and taken. Honestly speaking, I see a world champion in you. Wish you all the best. The only suggestion I feel is just keep continuing and just keep delivering your projects, and you would be a champion very soon. Back to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amir Bilal, for your comprehensive and great evaluation of speech of Toastmaster Kareem. Now, our next uh, evaluator is a learner and a new Toastmaster, and it's me. And I'm going to evaluate Toastmaster Sashweb, a seasoned Toastmaster, and his speech title is The Good Old Days. So over to Toastmaster Ali Asher. Toastmaster Sashweb, I must say you did a great job. Your passion for WWE, which was WWF at that time, was great and commendable. You just remind me my days when I used to watch WWF or WWE. I also knew all the finishing moves like Chalk Slam and a GTS, which means go to sleep, FU, F5, and tombstones and everything. And I was a wrestling enthusiast at that time. And being we all are full brothers, so we had a great tag team match. So I grew up in this way. And your speech made me realize that how stupid I was, because those all things were scripted or fake. Like, I must say, your story, your passion, and the clarity you have have helped each and every one of us to get captivated towards you. First thing, your eye contact was commendable. Even he was on the screen, but but uh, it was feeling like that he was just watching me. So this is a great thing. And it is not an easy task to do. Moreover, where the content use and in the end, when you realize that okay, it's all fake and all those things, you also highlight the positive points, that how the commentary and the vocabulary helps you in your life. And I must say that you are uh, a good optimistic guy, and and you must keep doing these things. In the end, you summarize that thing very well. You just say that parents should not make their uh, children to watch wrestling because they don't know what they get out of it. So the theme that we all had that please don't try this at home, but we do try. So your speech was great. So please don't try this at home. So over to you, General Evaluator. Okay. Good evaluation, Toastmaster Aliasha, but you can improve more. Okay. Our next evaluator is Toastmaster Sashui, and he's going to evaluate another dedicated Toastmaster Hiba Rais Khan, on her speech on how to grow your own food, and this is necessary. We should know how to learn those stuff. So over to you, Toastmaster Sashui.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ali. Thank you for stating and the and the part that that I was about to state, that food is a is a very important in our lives, and 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 Toastmaster Hiba, thank you, thank you very much. uh, very much for that excellent and well organized, well well researched speech. You 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 basically you started off with a question that immediately snatched the attention of the audience, that okay, things are about to be about to be good now. Then and after that after that your after that your gestures were totally amazing. Your 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 movement, your body, hands actually match the content of your speech which you were delivering. Then then the then the vocal a vocal variety that was totally spot on. You It was high and low, exactly what was was required. Your eye contact may may have been a bit a bit better because of this of this this of this online thing. So 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 maybe work on that. Okay, I'm audible now. As so 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 just to and maybe do more pauses as well, because that will make make the speech more impactful. Your intro, body, ending were were excellent, and and an excellent job. Over to you. Over to you, Toastmaster Ali.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sashui, for your wonderful evaluation. Now we are stepping ahead towards our climax of this segment, and now we have some seasoned Toastmasters in a lineup to evaluate the speeches. So our next evaluator is distinguished Toastmaster Zed Kalia, and he's going to evaluate the president of Karachi Toastmaster Club on her speech Once Upon a Time. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I must say that it was a total failure. And I think you will agree with me. It was total failure on the part of audience who want to disrupt our president. She has a charismatic personality and she has done her job perfectly. And I think all of you were clean bowled when she was narrating the story. And perhaps the story, she used the story for this project, and it was so inspiring that all of you were involved in that story. Amazing story, amazing vocal variety. I haven't heard this type of speech from Toastmaster USA. So 100% marks on your 180-degree shift from the speeches which I have heard from you. So kudos to you on doing a wonderful job. She started with a question, and at that moment, most of the audience responded, and GQ tried to ask another question, which was respectfully answered by the speaker, which was one of the objective of this speech. In this speech, I noticed that GQ again tried to ask and argue, but there was not an argument, ongoing argument. So she respectfully, by saying maybe, only using that word tactfully, and she moved on, which was one of the good technique to move on from the arguer. And again, she was successful in this. I noticed that there were other disruptor or silent people in the audience, those who are not showing off their bright faces, videos. They were not interested in your speech. Maybe, I don't know whether they were there or not, but they were the people who were not listening to you, in my opinion. And I can see three people who were actually not listening to you because they left their screens and then they came back and they were not using their phones. So perhaps this is a bit challenging, and in Zoom environment, we all face this disruption because audience is not attractive. In this case, you could have used some strategies to bring the attention. For example, you used a character old lady, and you can ask them, "Hello, audience, I love you. I love you, Tala. I love you, Hema," or something like that, and it could have attracted the audience attention. And this was one of the purpose of this project, and it could have helped you gain attention of those who were using their mobile phone or who were not listening to you. So there must be a conversation in to involve silent people there. So I believe that was the area you can challenge yourself. All in all, your charismatic personality, and maybe you have given them some thread before your speech, uh, worked out, but you can challenge yourself for those who are not showing off their faces and those who are not listening. Wonderfully done, and I'm amazed, and I think you are the champion.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmasters at Kalia. Indeed, our president's speech was quite mesmerizing, and we all were just like this. We were just listening that how the stories was from here to there, and we were eager to learn more and more sort of speeches. Now, let's move to towards our next, a very seasoned Toastmaster Syed Najam Rizvi, and he is going to evaluate another excited and the melodious Toastmaster Gulam Qadir on his speech Me, Myself, and GQ. Over to you, sir.
And the the mic is muted. Mic is muted, Toastmaster Manager.
Thank you for informing me. Thank you, General Evaluator. Toastmaster Ghulam Khadir gave us a spellbinding and compelling speech. He was doing his project from the crack presentation mastery. Though I have never met him personally, probably, but Toastmaster Ghulam Khadir has always come across as somewhat of a romantic to me. And today he proved that. He gave us ample evidence. And maybe the speech could have been titled Three Love Stories and a Marriage. Anyways, coming to your speech, you had outstanding hand gestures, like throwing your hands up or like scratching your head. So, I mean, very appropriate for your speech at that moment. You use very clear and descriptive language to vividly convey a compelling story. Your eye contact was excellent. It felt like I was seeing you in person rather than through a camera. And you had a great closing. I mean, closing which had a message to be always grateful for the achievements that we have had in our lives, and to always be thankful for the blessings that we have in our life. Could this be called a keynote speech? Yes, it would be an excellent keynote speech for a seminar on, say, like personal development. So you've met all these criteria, but I do have a few suggestions for you. Once that when you were telling your story, you missed a few chronological links, like when did you move to Allied Bank, or when did you start that 8-year period, and when did it end finally? And the second thing is that while you were describing your telephone conversation, you turned at a right angle. Now, when you turned at a right angle, we got a side view. So maybe a 45 degrees turn would be better, that would leave you partially facing the audience. So these are my two suggestions. An excellent speech, outstanding speech, congratulations. Over to you, General Evaluator. And a word for our previous evaluator: if the camera is off, you can still listen with your ears.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sayed Najam Rizvi. Now let's move toward our next and the final speech evaluator, and he is none other than, we can see, the hero of the story of the Karachi Toastmaster Club. It is none other than this distinguished Toastmaster Tala bin Hamid, and he is evaluate the Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Ali Hassan Babar, and his speech title was "Good Morning."
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. The speech title was actually The Power of Infection. And I always admire one thing about Toastmaster Babar Ali Hasnan, or I'm sorry, Ali Hussain Babar. I hope I got it right. And that is that you always seek to educate in all your speeches. You always seek to present something that is enhancing the knowledge of the audience. And that is an admirable trait, because it results in genuine benefit to the audience. That said, today's project was slightly different, and it called for vocal variety. You made an admirable attempt to incorporate as much vocal variety as you could, and I especially like your technique of giving examples of sentences or words or phrases said with vocal variety and without vocal variety. It was well structured, and while the project specifically says that this cannot be a report on the contents of the Understand Vocal Variety project, and your project sounded like a report on the project. I will not hold that against you because it served the purpose of the project very well. However, I would strongly recommend that your examples needed more vocal variety. The examples of vocal variety that you gave did not have enough amplitude. They needed to have more ups and downs. Also, the text of your speech also needed to have more ups and downs than they did. You sounded, to me at least, more muted and more serious today, more low key today than you usually do. And perhaps that was the burden of being Toastmaster of the day taking its toll on you. But I strongly recommend that you practice to shout and you practice to whisper and you do it repeatedly. Trust me, once you will do that in a speech, once you will sound ridiculous to yourself, only then you would have achieved true vocal variety. And I can say that with authority because I've been traditionally struggling with that area for ages. Toastmaster Najim, my mentor, knows that when I was through my first 20 to 30 speeches, I still did not have a satisfactory level of vocal variety. And even today, when evaluators uh, present an area of improvement in my speech, usually it is vocal variety. So I know it can be a very, very high barrier to cross. Sometimes you are presenting vocal variety in your own estimate, but that vocal variety is not being conveyed to the audience. So I've been through all that. I urge you strongly to let go of all barriers and shout and scream and whisper during a speech. Then you will achieve the purposes of this project. Otherwise, excellent speech. Over to you, Journal Evaluator.
Thank you so much, ATM Tella. And the keywords are shout, scream, and whisper. So let's move towards the evaluation of table topic picks. So without further delay, I would like to call distinguished Toastmaster Shahrukh Shanawaz.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I hope I am audible. Am I audible?
Yes, you are perfectly audible.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So today's theme was cinema, and what I have learned today that cinema is a great discipline. And as far as table topic sessions goes, it was amazing display of creativity at its best, I must say. Videos, audios, imaginations. We started with Mission Impossible theme, so this was amazing. And kudos to Toast Table Topic Master who started with this idea that it is not going to be a surprise. No speaker is going to get any surprise, and we just have to convey what do we remember, what do we feel, or what to express, or how to express ourselves. Saying that one common feature which was common among all the speakers was that there were no salutations. Besides that, amazing speeches. Our first speaker was Mari Mahtab. She was shown clip from movie Jinnah of Pakistan. Opening, body, and conclusion. Everything was there. And every part of the speech was great. Uh, she demonstrated a voice modulation, hand movements, and she was very emotionally expressive. She engaged the audience by sharing her personal experience with us. Our next speaker was Mohammad Azhar Khan. He was shown a clip from Jurassic Park movie. He presented a very great body of speech and voice module and his voice modulation was also great. Hand movements can be a bit improved. Again, he also engaged the audience and by sharing his childhood experience with the audience. Our third speaker was Sheikh Naveed. He was made to listen the soundtrack of Titanic, and he started his speech with by singing a song. So Toastmaster Talha, I think now we can have a complete band. and we can have a choir of Toastmaster, a Karachi Toastmasters, and you need to work on this. I'm not requesting, I am earnestly requesting. Okay, I can only request. So anyway, so your opening was great, and again, great body. The speech has a great body. Your hand movements were there. Your voice modulation were there. Eye contact was there, which is again a very difficult task in on online meetings. I myself am struggling a lot. And area of improvement, no need to say thank you. Your strength, again, you gauge the audience, and by sharing the story that you went to cinema, you were very excited and you went along with the friend. So a great speech, Sheikh Nabi. Our last speaker was Ali Ashar Anjum, and he was also made to listen a soundtrack of Terminator. So again, the body of the speech was great, and without seeing the movie, he presented a great speech, and even the conclusion was great. Hand movements were there, eye contact was there, his greatest strength is his smiling face. And the best line which he said, which is I think the best line in the entire table topic session was, to be a hero, you need a villain. And that really made the speech I think I got disconnected. So my last line was that Toastmaster Usher shared a very brilliant line that to be a hero, we need to have a villain. So with this, I would like to hand over the charge back to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, DTM Shahrukh Shanawaz, for your wonderful evaluation of each and every table topic speaker, including me. So, uh, in the meanwhile, I just forget that I have to call the timer that if every three, 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 three speech evaluator is qualified or not.
Well, all the speech evaluators did not qualify. Myself, I spoke for 1 minute 44 seconds, and DTM Z Kalia spoke for 3 minutes 52 seconds. So we both are disqualified, the rest are all qualified.
So two players are out of the race. So there are more chances for others. So now I request vote counter, please float.
Everyone, please vote. Let's proceed forward.
Okay. So let's move towards the supporting cast of our today's journey. The role holders, the dedicated person of the Toastmasters Club, the role holder. We have done with the Remedian and the Wordmaster. Now I would like to call the accountant. So our today's accountant is Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Talabin Hamid. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Journal Evaluator. I'm doing this role after ages, so perhaps I did not do it as well as I should have, but I'll try my best. There are four categories of filler words that I counted. There was cliches like you know, and basically, and repeated words, and filler words like and so, which are not connected to the speech but are used as verbal crutches. So, as Toastmaster of the day, as president, Toastmaster Ursa used R three times and repeated words twice. Toastmaster Babar Ali Hasnan, in his initial introduction, used R five times, five times. Toastmaster Taha, in his explanation of the grammarian role, used R three times and so one time. Toastmaster Wajahat, in his just a second. Sorry, I just got lost a bit. Let me just recall the sheet here. Yeah. Okay. Toastmaster Wajahat 7 times and 2 times, cliche 1 time, and so thrice. Toastmaster DTM Shahrukh Shahnawaz twice. Toastmaster Imran Rana in his speech used twice, 3 times, 1 time, repeated words twice. Toastmaster Latif, no filler words. Toastmaster Kareem Meghani, once, once, and repeated words once. Toastmaster Saad Shoaib, just one and 5 repeated words in his speech. Toastmaster Heba, 4 Rs, 5 ums, 1 cliche, 3 repeated words, and 2 and so. Toastmaster Rusa in her speech, once, repeated words once, and so once. Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir in his keynote, once, once, repeated words thrice, and so twice. Toastmaster Babar, once, twice, repeated words thrice. Then, as table topics master, Toastmaster Kareem did an excellent job because he used only twice, once, and so only once. In table topics, Toastmaster Mariam Aftab used just one cliched word. Toastmaster Muhammad Azhar Khan used once, 6 times, and so one. Toastmaster Sheikh Naveed, just one repeated word and one and so. Toastmaster Ali Ashar Anjum, once, repeated words thrice, and so once. In journal evaluation, as journal evaluator, Toastmaster Ali Ashar Anjum used once, repeated word once, and so once. In evaluations, DTM Shahrukh used once, once, repeated words twice, and so once. Toastmaster Taha Hassan in his grammarian role used 4 times. Toastmaster Urusa Kawal, I could not detect a single filler word. Toastmaster Amir Bilal as evaluator used thrice and repeated words once. Toastmaster Ali Ashar Anjum used once, repeated words twice, and so twice. That is as evaluator. Toastmaster Saad Shoaib as evaluator used once, once, and so once. DTM Z used once, thrice, and so once. Toastmaster Najim Rizvi used 4 times, once, and repeated words once. I used twice, twice, and repeated words 4 times in my evaluation. And finally, as table topics evaluator, DTM Shahrukh used thrice and twice, and repeated words once. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Talabin Ahmed, for your comprehensive Conjure report. Now, let's move towards the listener. Do we have a listener today?
Yes, I am the listener. So, so, so please, everyone, please, and please open your mics if you can. The first word is brainchild. Who said brainchild?
DTM Tala?
Yes, and
Everyone is tired by now.
it was Toastmaster Babar Ilyas. It was powerful.
Everyone is powerful.
No, it was powerful. One thing. Toastmaster. Yeah, and next is tick 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 timer. Tick timer.
Toastmaster Babar.
Yes. Got it. What a tall building.
GQ.
GQ.
Nice.
GQ.
And okay. And next is bottom left. No, don't. Toastmaster Kareem. Okay. Next is a book office.
TM Mariam.
Taha, TM Taha.
Yeah, TM Taha.
It was a failure.
TDM said.
One and only said.
Yeah. Okay. You want me to start? You want me to start?
Our guest speaker. I can't recall her name.
No.
GQ.
Not a guest. No. It was Toastmaster Wajahat. Lastly, no, two more. Love me? No. Love you like a friend.
GQ.
DTM Zed.
Yeah.
We love you.
Lastly, it's okay. It's a reverse swing.
Toastmaster Latif.
Yes, Toastmaster Latif.
That's about it.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Saad, for assessing our listening skills.
Yes,
So now it's time for the timers report. So can we have that?
Sure, General Evaluator. So first, the prepared speeches. Toastmaster Latif took 7 minutes 23 seconds. Toastmaster Imran took 6 minutes 35 seconds. Toastmaster Kareem took 6 minutes 5 seconds. Toastmaster Saad took 6 minutes. Toastmaster Hiba took 7 minutes 15 seconds. Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir took 15 minutes 46 seconds. Toastmaster Babar Ali Hassan took 5 minutes 49 seconds. Then the table topic speakers, guest Mariam took 1 minute 46 seconds. Toastmaster Azhar took 1 minute 17 seconds. Toastmaster Sheikh Naveed took 1 minute 41 seconds. And Toastmaster Ali Ashar Anjum took 1 minute 56 seconds. For the evaluators, DTM Shahrukh took 3 minutes 13 seconds. I took 1 minute 44 seconds. Toastmaster Amir Bilal took 3 minutes 22 seconds. Toastmaster Ali Asher Anjum took 3 minutes 20 seconds. Toastmaster Saad took 3 minutes 20 seconds. DTM Zaid Kalia took 3 minutes 52 seconds. Toastmaster Najam took 2 minutes 33 seconds. And DTM Tala took 3 minutes 19 seconds. That is all about the report. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, the President, for your timers report. Now we all are done with all the reports. Now it's time for my report. So today we have a great meeting, a meeting, or we can say a movie or a great story which has emotion, humor, or the story, sports, songs, each and everything. So we have a good meeting, but the, we have to be quite punctual. We have to start a meeting on, try to be on time, and it would be great if for all the Toastmaster participate and the and proactively uh, retake the roles, so, of the listener, accounter, timer, and all those things that make the Toastmaster meeting a good one. So overall, the meeting was good. It was a beautiful journey of around 3 hours, and I guess we all enjoyed a lot. So over to the Toastmaster of the evening, Ali Hassan Babar, not Babar Ali Hassan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ali Shanjam. Probably the first person to pronounce the name right in the first attempt. And with all this roller coaster kind of movie we had today in the cinema of Zoom, it now comes to almost an end. Final poll we will be rolling out regarding the big four. And let me tell you the big four for today's meeting. It is Toastmaster of the day, me myself. Then Toastmaster table topic master, that is Toastmaster uh, Kareem. Then general evaluator Mr. Ali Anjum, and the table topic evaluator, that is Toastmaster Shahrukh Shahnawaz. And while you vote for the best four, let me share my experience. First of all, I was not really feeling well. I have a sore throat. I have the flu, and felt a bit like having fever. So couldn't really perform well in the speech. I understand that, but still, I took it as a challenge and never gave up. It was a big struggle to give speech standing rather than sitting. I had to fight until the last moment to decide. But then I went to the standing poster. And a few more things I learned. It was a great refresher as Toastmaster of the day. You have to like consider all the things. It's time management, team management, and organizing each and every manner so that it looks like a coherent picture. When you are on the stage, it's relatively easier. When it goes virtual, you get another next level experience. So the people who haven't been through this process, I would suggest you go through it. The best thing you will learn is how to stay online for at least 3.5 hours. And apart from that, what I learned today was not how to play a video without audio in the very beginning. And probably for the first time, I did not have the dinner with the meeting. On this lighter note, I would like to hand over the charge to the Honorable President for award ceremony and closing remarks. That's all from my side as the Toastmaster of the day. And a big round of applause before I transfer the stage for everyone who was there with us for the whole 3.5 hours. A big salute to all of you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the evening. And we are sorry that you could not have your dinner. And I'm sure you'd be going there. so, do we have the results?
Yeah, absolutely.
Please do the honors.
Okay, so the best prepared speaker was a tie between two people very much who I who I who I who I have immense respect for, but the best prepared speaker goes to Toastmaster Madam President, Urusa Kamal.
Thank you so much.
Now for the best table topic speaker goes to Toastmaster Sheikh Naveen, near and far, wherever you are. The best prepared speech evaluator goes to a very a very tough, tough, a very tough competition. But the best prepared speech evaluator is Toastmaster Najam Rizvi.
Oh, wow.
Again. So the last one, the biggest of the big four, and guesses.
Toastmaster Kareem Meghan.
Yeah, I'm also thinking the same.
By a very long way, Toastmaster Kareem Meghani wins the best Big Four award.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Saad. I really enjoyed the meeting today with the theme that Toastmaster Kareem brought in, and really learned a new thing. We've never had a video being played in Karachi Toastmasters Club, and that was something new, and it did create a little bit of a delay, but that really was a big learning. Thank you, Toastmaster Kareem, for bringing that in. So now, to the Critics' Choice Award on the basis of international speech. So who do you think won it?
Toastmaster Latif or Toastmaster Kareem? I'm in between.
GQ.
No, it's not me.
Our counter.
The Critics' Choice Facilitator is the R counter, but
Yeah.
Critics' Choice Speech.
GQ.
Critics' Choice Speech is won by Toastmaster Imran Rana for his speech about Mr. Shifu. So that is the Critics' Choice. And the Critics' Choice Facilitator goes to none other than DTM Talha for his really good R counter report. I mean, how many things can you do at one time?
Yes.
DTM Talha. Seriously. So with that, that's a wrap. But we will be seeing you on 13th. There is a joint meeting with the Mount Meru Toastmasters Club, I think that's the name, and it will be around the same time, 5 o'clock, starting at 5 o'clock, and probably it will be ending sooner because there are 4 speakers only. So please do join in. It will be a different experience because the club is African club, obviously, so different culture, and I'm sure there will be a lot of learning in that meeting, a lot of different stories. So with that, let's wrap up for today and let's meet on Sunday.
Okay, everyone.